Here with UC Irvine head coach Ben Orloff and student athlete Chase Call after a 6-4 defeat on the championship game of the 2025 Big West Baseball Championship presented by the Ontario International Airport. Coach, can you start us off with an opening statement, then we'll open the floor for questions.
Yeah, and congrats to Cal Poly. Very deserving Big West tournament champion. For them to do it how they did, to come out of the loser bracket. Deserving champion, and we wish them best of luck next weekend and going forwards. Cal State Fullerton put on a good event. You know, we were first Big West championship how long. We appreciate how we were treated here. Not the result we wanted. You know, we want to win every night. Thought we got a really good start out of Finnegan Wall, longest outing on the season by a lot. Turned 2 huge bases loaded double plays to kind of keep us in it when we weren't getting hits. We had opportunities, we didn't get the big hit.
Questions?
I remember that stuff. Sorry.
Coach, you should still be a shoe-in for the NCAA championship. What was your message to the team after the game?
We're here. We'll regroup once we get home. You know, next weekend, I think, like I said, I think we'll be there next weekend. But right now, this hurts, and there's no good message. We'll kind of let this sit for a bit and you know, regroup once we get home, and then we'll meet as a team tomorrow morning.
What's the biggest thing you want to work on during this next week?
You know, I don't know so much like work on. I feel like once you get to this point of the season, not you are who you are. I think to move on from this, that it's kind of feels uncommon to have a loss like this going into the postseason. So I think emotionally to be able to get past this one, we'll probably not practice tomorrow, practice Tuesday, Wednesday. I think this time of the year, it's about like who can do the things that they do well at a high level. I think that's what wins in the postseason. And so I don't think it's about practicing much new stuff. I think a lot of it too, emotionally draining to lose last night, to lose today. I think physically taxing, some guys with some bumps and bruises. So I think it's about get home, rest, and I think mentally us regrouping, getting ready that, you know, we got a lot out in front of us. And when we meet as a team at the start of the year, we talk about the goal here is to win a national championship. And we, like I said, we want to win every night. But, you know, while we wanted to win today really bad, you know, a Big West tournament championship, not to minimize this deal, doesn't set back what like the ultimate goal is. And, you know, when we get to next weekend, this thing's behind us, and if we can win 3 games next weekend, we'll put ourselves in one of the final 16 teams. That'll be kind of what we practice.
A lot of chances early on. How did you feel about the approach going against Marmy, who was effectively wild, obviously?
Yeah, Marmy's tough. I mean, it's said on the mid-game interview. I mean, he's 6'7", it's up to 95, 96, little cutter. He was kind of effectively wild, where he was able to pitch around that many free bases because we weren't able to get the hit. I thought right away in that first inning we had 6 good bats. We hit a couple balls hard, and I think oftentimes those pitchers are vulnerable in the first. And then once we didn't get it in the first, you know, it felt like that big hit was really hard to come by. And we took some decent at-bats there, but not good enough. And he was able to pitch around a ton of free passes. But it's good stuff that lets him kind of pitch around that.
Chase, what's the challenge when you're facing a guy who may hit you or also may dot it up perfectly on the outside corner?
Well, I think all of us are fine with being hit just because it adds runners to the bases. So it's something that we work on. If you look at any of the stats, pretty sure we're up there in top of the leaderboards, NCAA-wise and hit by pitch. So that's fine. But really, it's just like cutting off the corners and trying to get something middle to hit, and we just really couldn't do that. I think we've gone into a couple double plays or double play chances, but we really just need to work on, you know, putting the ball in play a little bit better.
They announced the host during your guys' game. UCLA is a host. One of you 2 teams will go because of the travel restrictions. Would you like to play against your brother in the regionals? Would you rather go somewhere else to maybe potentially both of you guys make it to the Supers?
I mean, I think it's really cool to have the opportunity to play against my brother. I'd always love that. It's close to home. I'd love to stay and play against him, and gives us both a better chance of advancing to Super Regional as well.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.